And we are back, not with your typical Battle of the Americas, but with the OSC 2021 Super Series Mid-Season Playoffs number 2 Battle of the Americas Qualifier. Oh my god, that was that's a long title. I'm of course your host, Light VIP, and with me from the start of the tournament this time, I'm joined by the lovely Ducklings. I may have done my introduction and Darky may not have heard me. Welcome, Darky. Welcome to the stream.
Punara Light VIP, everyone in the chat, please. So, hi, everyone. Hello, Light VIP. Question: Did the chat hear you, or was only I who was?
It was only you. It was only you. It was only I took a deep breath and I said the entire name of the tournament and everything. It was great.
Good. So everyone is aware of everything. Like. Speaking of aware of everything, mate, here we have the first player for today. The Terran player, the American player, PureLegacy.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Canadian Zerg player. He is red, representing Storm Gaming. It is Bioice. Oh boy.
So, how have you been, Light?
It's I've been good. You know, the usual casts. Yesterday, of course I always miss it. Yesterday we weren't able to cast Copa Hyperion, unfortunately. We were busy with ANZ champs instead. But you know, of course, it's always great to cover some Ducklings, our ANZ Ducklings, and today we'll be able to cover some Latin American Ducklings as well.
Yes, good for your team. I heard that Oreo managed to qualify yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Are you proud of your cookie boy?
Of course. I'm proud of all of our boys. Oreo did well yesterday. Starter qualified last week as well, so they're both in ANZ champs. Now it's time for the other like side of the pond, you know, like because this is a pretty stacked group, and
hey, all the qualifiers for the mid-season playoffs are always super stacked, mate. No,
definitely
always super stacked, and it could have been worse. We are lucky, or some of these players are lucky because Trigger had already qualified from another series, so this is why he's not here.
Yeah, I was really curious because I was looking at the Wikipedia page, !B in the back bracket, by the way, if you want to have a look at the players competing today and all the other qualifiers. I was like, yo, where's Trigger? And yeah, he's already through.
Yeah, he's already through. I don't remember which series he qualified through from, but he's already in.
Yeah.
But there's no problem because, mate, there's still a lot of good players here, including your little duckling Eric.
Yes. He's one of the bigger Ducklings, but yeah, okay.
I don't know. Is he? I don't know how tall he is.
But yeah, Eric, we're gonna be able to cast him later on. I'm honestly really excited. It's always great to see Eric go up against Sham, you know, find out who's the best Zerg in the region at the moment. So we'll get into that at some point. I was a little bit surprised that Nina wasn't here. I guess she wasn't as active in Battle of the Americas this season.
Oh, I actually have some behind scenes of things for that. Nina was actually one of the players that was supposed to be here, but she was unable to attend today's qualifier at this hour. So her spot went down for the next player, which in this case is Bioice. Who do we have here?
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, Bioice, did he really, you know, do as well as to get here? And he almost did, right? But yeah, I guess Nina giving up her spot, it does give a chance for Bioice to prove himself. It also means, hey, there's no Protoss.
Yes, there's no Protoss, mate. There's not gonna be a PvZ today.
Oh, I'm sad.
Rejoice evermore, everyone.
Aye. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. I imagine maybe full of ZVZs. Maybe. I mean, of course, this is kind of one of the rising American players. I say rising. PureLegacy. He's been doing incredibly well recently.
Yes, the only one that has been able to stop him in the last, like, what is it, month or so was Jam himself, who is also in this bracket, mate. So this is going to be very exciting, assuming these two players manage to collide with each other. And mate, what a game to start with, because PureLegacy, mate, is starting with Battle Cruisers. and Bioice has not scouted this.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, PureLegacy, he opened up with a Viking, so with this Viking, he's been able to clear out all these overlords. The Hellions have been doing a really good job at just keeping Bioice busy at home, and he has no idea. And I'm really scared because, like, from a BC opener, mate, you can go into mech. Like, PureLegacy, he can do anything from here.
Yes, he can do anything, especially if you're not ready for it. And Bioice so far, he is not. He has a few queens, which is not bad, and a couple of spores, which is like normal. Which is like normal for TvZ these days. By the way, nice drive in the Hellion Rombites. Unfortunately, didn't do much damage. I think they only killed 3 workers in total. But mate, the first battle cruiser is halfway done, and Bioice has no idea, mate. No extra queens, no extra spores. I don't believe he's going to be like Hydra then.
Yeah, exactly. So these BCs can deal a lot of damage. On top of that, this is what I was worried about, is 2 factories are on the way. So we are going to see mech here. And again, this is something that you need to get eyes on early on. I mean, Bioice did see all the Hellions, but that isn't a big tell. Like, you know, it can raise some suspicions, but he doesn't know for sure whether or not there's a commitment into mech.
Yeah, he's about to find out the battle cruisers is spawning in. And there we go. Bioice is not like, oh shit, and first queen is completely vulnerable. It's going to fall. Yes, the first queen falls.
Oh.
But here comes the rest of the party. Let's see how much damage can this battle cruiser do.
Exactly, and now all these queens are distracted. We do see a spire being thrown down, but at the same time, the Hellions are going to try and slip in, but the Lings are here.
Yes, the Lings were in a good position. Also, the Roaches arrived just in time. And 4 drones, 5 drones killed, which is okay, but it's definitely a lot less than PureLegacy wanted to take.
Definitely. And now PureLegacy is vulnerable to a counterattack. Like, there's not much here.
Mate, that was disgusting. I just saw 5 drones being roasted, and then Bioice just make another 15 in one go. Like, mate, can I make 15 SCVs at once, please?
Oh god, that would be imbalanced, mate. We don't want that. But
no, speaking of imbalance, the door is open.
Yeah, exactly. The door is open. There are Hellions to deal with this, but again, Hellions, you don't really want them to deal with Roaches, so the Roaches are going to be able to clean this up and maybe kill some SCVs. Oh.
4 SCV skills, a bunch of Hellions also clean up. Not a bad trade in my opinion, because those were only like, what, 5 Roaches, I believe? There was a really small number of them, and I would consider that a good trade. And yeah, you can tell right now by the supply, 120 for Bioice, 105 of PureLegacy. Bioice also 10 workers ahead of his opponent. Now he just needs to be careful of the amount of mechanical units that his opponent is starting to pile up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the problem is that at the moment there isn't much anti-air. There are a bunch of Roaches on the field, but the BCs are enough to deal with it. And at the moment, like, this was the moment where PureLegacy is at his weakest. As time goes on, the mech army will grow, and then Bioice will have a bit of a harder time. So he's on a bit of a timer here. He's got the Corruptors on the way, but then he's gonna make something happen. Otherwise, he's gonna end up in a late game against mech, and no one wants that.
I mean, yes, that is the big player.
Cham, I guess, question mark. I guess Cham is into that. Oh boy. But instead, interesting, Bioice, he's just droning up. He's just, you know, saturating his bases, taking more, and giving PureLegacy room to breathe.
Yes, not sure if this is like the best thing for a set player to do against a making Terran player, but we'll see. We'll see. At least I gotta say, his economy looks pretty spectacular, mate. 89 drones.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's almost done joining up. Meanwhile, ooh, the BCs are gonna be caught out by these Corruptors. Oh, never mind, the Yamatos are coming out.
Yeah, BCs are forced to run back, and meanwhile, also this army is forced to run back because of the Roaches coming here on the right-hand side of the map.
boy, so in the end, Bioice, he was able to defend all of his bases. He didn't really lose too many workers, which is great, but he's got a lot of teching up to do, right? Hive is on the way for, I imagine, Vipers. All the upgrades are on the way. Still just 1-1. So it's going to take a little bit of time here, and yeah, PureLegacy is not necessarily looking to give him that time. He's being very active with his battle mech.
Yeah, definitely. And here comes PureLegacy with a big bunch of blue Flame Hellions and Cyclones here. There's not much here on land that can actually defend. Like, the Roaches and Ravagers are okay, but with the mobility that this army is going to have, the trade is going to be excellent for PureLegacy.
Oh yeah, exactly. All the things they cleaned up, all these Roaches are going to be cleaned up as well. And then there's not going to be much to protect the Ravagers. Like, Bioice, he has to be so careful here off creep.
Yeah, the trade is excellent here for PureLegacy. A lot of Roaches are being going down, and not many of this just small army. Meanwhile, mate, on the other side, I cannot believe these Corruptors went and hunt the Battlecruisers all the way across the base and all until the base of PureLegacy made that ball.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess you got to do something with your supply, and I think they got 1 BC at the end. Yep, they did get 1 BC, so I guess it was worth it. But 8 Corruptors have already died. Oh my god, that's a lot of Corruptors for 1 BC.
Yeah, that's a lot of Corruptors, mate. And here come the rest of the PureLegacy. Banelings are here, but without creep, I'm not sure if they will be able to connect.
Oh god, exactly. As soon as PureLegacy moves off of creep, then Bioice has to back off. Oh god, he has to buy a little bit more time for the reinforcements to come in. And PureLegacy, yo, he's gonna be able to take out all these Banelings.
Yes, and there we go, mate. No more Banelings. There's also only 1 Roach. There is nothing here to buffer for these Ravagers, mate. These Ravagers are very vulnerable at the moment. Meanwhile, on the other side, more Battlecruiser hunters with these Corruptors. And finally, I think the Battlecruisers are going to fall.
Yeah, exactly. Every single BC will fall. Teleport was on cooldown, so it could not be used. And now these Corruptors don't really have much else to do other than try and take down some buildings.
I mean, it could be really scary, mate. Have you ever seen 20 Corruptors try to take out 1 building?
Oh yeah, it takes
incredibly fast.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, and they're going right for the main CC, and there's not any anti-air. Thors are on the way, but they're not ready.
And there you go, mate. These SCVs are repairing. This is going to be good enough. The answer is no. Look how fast it dies, even with all those SCVs repairing. They even gonna take a Battlecruiser for free? No, the Battlecruiser managed to fly off, but yeah, that was an excellent trade by Bioice.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these Thors were a couple of seconds too late. At the same time, the Roach Ravager goes for a big counterattack. Planetary is just trying to barely hold on, and it looks like the Planetary will survive, and ooh, this Roach Ravager is going to be cleaned up.
Yeah, that was an expensive trade for Bioice. Almost gets the CC, but not good enough, And meanwhile, the Corruptors going for a second pass. Are they going to target the second CC? The answer is yes.
And I don't know if this is worth it, because sure, he gets the second CC, but the main army is pushing on forward. Like, PureLegacy doesn't want to just take a base. He wants to maybe try and end the game. The hatchery gets evacuated. He will be able to take it out. Banelings are being morphed in, though.
Now let's see how good these Baneling connections are. They are Hellbats, not Hellions, so they will not be able to run. And there we go. All the Hellbats get taken out by those Banelings, but there's not much army behind this.
Exactly, the hatchery will go down. These Thors have to be careful not to overextend. Again, you need these Thors alive to deal with, you know, the Corruptors, the eventual Broodlords, I imagine, that are going to be on the way. And PureLegacy does take out the base. Is he going to try and get more? Oh my god, yeah, he's sticking around.
That is a bold move. There's a lot of settlings, and here the tanks were not siege, and there we go. The army of Bioice goes on top of the army of PureLegacy, mate, and PureLegacy is losing everything.
Yeah, exactly. He was forced to try and get even more damage done, but it was not enough. Everything gets piled down, and the entire army of PureLegacy will fall. And these are losses that he can't afford because he just lost 2 bases.
I mean, to be honest, that there were 2 of the least populated bases, so not the biggest of deals. But yeah, currently Bioice is completely ahead. His economy is very much almost intact. Like he lost one base, but what is one base for a third player, right?
Yeah, and what's important is that he evacuated the base, right? So he didn't lose many workers. Like he lost 4 drones. He was ready. He was prepared to lose that hatchery. So yeah, his economy is perfectly fine here. PureLegacy, he's trying to be aggressive with whatever he can, but he's going to be cleaned up. And now I feel like PureLegacy has to turtle up. Like he's not out of this. He's down in supply, but again, like the power of the meching Terran is to turtle.
Yes, especially a player like PureLegacy who's making 5 tanks at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, he's the only Terran who I saw making like 5-6 tanks at the same time.
Oh god, but we'll see if he can keep that up, because this planetary looks like it's gonna go down. The entire Zerg army is here. PureLegacy is trying to keep up, but his army was out of position and the base falls. Not just the base.
37 SCVs went along with it.
Oh.
That is a loss, a lot of economy loss for PureLegacy. How many bases does he have mining? Actually, just 1.
Pretty much. 1 base mining here for PureLegacy, and Bioice with his booming economy, he's maxed out, mate. He's essentially maxed out. PureLegacy is pushing out now, and this may be his final push.
Yes, this may be his final push. There's a lot of tanks with this. Let's see if this army managed to get on top of this. And Jansen, nice Bioice. A lot of tanks went down with it. But now the first push has finished. Bioice needs to retreat a little bit. But I believe there are Vipers in the map now. There are 2 Vipers.
They're slowly gathering that energy. There is a Thor to try and zone them out, but only 1 Thor. Vipers, I don't really care too much about that. They can easily yoink it. So yeah, PureLegacy, like the problem is that he's forced to do something, right? Like because of his economy, like he has to try and then deal some damage.
And there we go. Nice clouds over a lot of the 6 tanks, and more and more tanks are falling out, and PureLegacy is slowly losing all the supply that he has. Not only now 106 supply.
Exactly. At the same time, we have another Ling run by that's also getting a couple of SCVs, what little SCVs that PureLegacy has left. And now we just have nothing but tanks. There's no buffer, there's no Thors, it's just tanks, mate.
Look, to be honest, if you're a Terran player, tanks is all you need, you know?
I guess. I mean, they are nicely spread for the most part, so we'll see how this works here as the Lings are coming in. Oh god, they're sieged!
More and more tanks falling in. Only how many tanks are left for PureLegacy? 11 tanks on the map, of which most of them are here on the battlefield. And here we go. Vipers are coming in for another round of blending clouds, and this should be it for this tank, mate. Even the battle cruiser, who is not fully repaired, has come back and just going to die.
The BC falls. The tanks will fall as well, and with this, Bioice is going to take a lead in this series. Honestly, I didn't believe. I didn't think it was possible, but wow, yeah, despite PureLegacy being so dominant these past couple of weeks, Bioice proving himself, to be a good player in his own right.
Yes, definitely. I honestly do not see how PureLegacy can come back from this. Like, he doesn't have the economy, he doesn't have the army, he doesn't have the map control.
Yeah. The only way would be if Bioice did leave him alone. Like for the past while or so, PureLegacy has been the aggressor and Bioice has been focusing on his defense. But it shouldn't take much for him to max out and finally push out with his Ling Bane Road Ravager.
Yes, and there we go, mate. Going in straight for the 5th base. No, he's going for the 4th base. Yeah.
A little bit indecisive. He's what do I want to go for? He's just waiting for some reinforcements. Everyone else to meet up here, the Vipers as well, and finally he does go for the Thors.
Yes, and there we go. Thors are finally going to fall. The workers are also falling. This planetary finally might go down for a second time, and there we go. No more planetary, no more bases. And with the last of it, no more army. Wait.
Yeah, exactly. The tanks there are on siege. The Lings are getting on top of everything, and you never want to see that as a Terran player. And here it looks like PureLegacy will just barely hold on. At the same time, more workers are going down. Like, oh god.
There we go. GG, and Bioice takes game number 1.
GG. Well played, Bioice. taking the first game in this series. Oof. Again, something that I wasn't sure was gonna happen. I kind of came into this with PureLegacy being the favorite here, but yeah, Bioice showing that at least against Mech, he's got what it takes.
Yes, definitely, and he managed to show it. It was an incredible showing by Bioice to stop the relentless attack of a player like PureLegacy.
Yeah, and we'll see where things go from here. Like personally, when it comes to PureLegacy, I've seen him go mech mainly against Cham. Like it is a style that can work for him. But I also love seeing PureLegacy go bio. Like I know that he does have it in him. And I would hope that we're able to see at least some of that today. Some of it.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. Map number 2 is going to be Oxide. What do you think about this map for a Zerg player light?
For a Zerg player, I mean, this is one of the more standard maps, right? One of the more even maps. I am a little bit concerned if we see mech here, just because I have seen this map be split in half quite a bit. I don't know if that's what I want here. But at the same time, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I want to see some bio, I want to see some Marines, some man with gun.
What's wrong with splitting the map? Like don't you want like 50 minutes games? do you have somewhere else to be?
Oh my god! Look, ESL Asia is later on today. Okay? God. But yeah, we're getting ready. We're diving into game 2, and as a reminder, we haven't gotten to the best of 5s yet.
Oh yeah, this is just for people wondering. The first 2 series today are going to be best of 3s, and the rest is going to be long-awaited best of 5s. So here we go, mate, and here we go. The first player spawning here in the second map of the series, Oxide LE, the Terran player, the blue Terran player, PureLegacy.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Canadian Zerg player. He is red, representing Psy Storm Gaming, and this madman is already up 1-0 in this series. It is Bioice. Also, just to reference the chat, welcome, Dasan. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Welcome.
He's been unfortunately too busy, studying for becoming a doctor.
But he's done, man. He's a doctor.
Wait, he's done? Is he really done?
Yeah. He finished his studies.
Oh, cool. So does that mean he's coming back?
Whoa, calm down, buddy. All right.
Look. On one hand, you can play weekly tournaments online. On the other hand, you can save lives. Which one will you choose, like?
The tournaments, obviously, man. What do you? God damn. Dastan, welcome. I hope you're having a good time. We miss you, and I hope to see more of your streams, because Dastan has been streaming every now and then whenever he has time. Obviously, he's busy with work now. But yeah, we miss you. As we're getting into this game, I apologize, Dastan. We were talking about it earlier. No Protoss today. Only Zergs and Terrans. Terran even.
Yes, Funara Protoss players because they have either they didn't attend today or they already qualified. So Funara the Protoss players for being too good for us.
Oh God. Ay.
Do you want a fun fact?
Give me the fun fact.
If one of these 4 players would have declined the qualifier today, the next 2 players on the list were Protoss.
Patty Mac.
No Patty Mac. Remember, Patty Mac has almost not played Battle of the Americas in the whole year.
True. Then who would it have been? Paco Mike?
Paco Mike was one of those.
Who's the second?
The other one was going to be Ryan.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Yes. Unfortunately, these players have accepted, so no Protoss today. Maybe next season. There's still one more mid playoffs. What is it? Mid-season playoffs this year. Later on. So maybe then.
I have a dream because recently, like, I'm gonna message every single week Skylar. I'm gonna message Skylar every week. We're gonna try and get him into the season playoffs. Because whenever he does sign up, like, he does have deep runs. Like, he does perform well. He's not consistent with the signups. Shaking my head. Oh god.
I feel that you put your fate in the wrong hands, like.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Oh, God.
Wait, what? Dustin says that he has 3 jobs.
Oh my god.
Does being a doctor does not pay well or something? Like,
he's got like a day job being a doctor and a night job. He's got an OnlyFans, you know. He's just he's got to make ends meet, you know.
Have you ever considered being a professional player? It may pay better.
Oh god. Wow. That's insane, by the way, Dastan. If you're working, like, not just weekends but also weekdays. Sorry, not just weekdays but also weekends, like, hey, you know, make sure you have some time for yourself, you know.
Look. To be honest, if you count me hosting tournaments, I could also have 3 jobs. So.
True.
So yeah. By the way, coming back to this game after 5 minutes of almost nothing, finally we have the first action coming up here with PureLegacy and a bunch of Hellions trying again with their Rombai for the 3rd base. They got a few drones now, and the Hellions did not die unlike the last time. So there's more chance for these guys to do something.
True, very true. And right now they're testing the waters. They're going to be able to pick off a couple of these slings. What's also important is that behind this we do have a Liberator. Liberator does siege up and the Queen. Can it get picked off? He's going for the drones.
Oh, nice blocking with the drones.
And in the end, the
very
Hellions...
risky by PureLegacy because we sending those Hellions blindly into creep.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it did okay. He traded a lot of Zerlings, but he only killed in total 6 workers, I believe.
Yeah, not that many drones in total, and the Liberator will get picked up. Oh my god. It should get picked off at some point. There we go. Does get picked off. We have a couple more Hellions trying to dip in. What's also important is that behind this, PureLegacy threw down more factories. He's committed again. It's happening.
Yes. He's going again for the mech, and on the other side, made Bioice, we get a faster Spire, I believe, than in game number 1.
Ooh, I love this. So this Spire this time is not a response to the BCs. If I quickly check his vision, he did go in. He hasn't confirmed 100% that it is mech, but going into a Spire like this, mate, Mutas can just end the game.
It is possible, depending on how many Cyclones does PureLegacy have, and if they're in a good position. Because you are correct. If you are going mech and you do not expect Mutalisk, it could end right there. Your game.
Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. We've seen Jam do it against PureLegacy as well. So yeah, he has to be very careful. He has to be very careful, and he has to scout on top of that. Meanwhile, that Cyclone count is getting higher. Magfield Accelerators is on the way. It should be done by the time Mutas do come out. So he's gonna have the tools. As you said, positioning is probably the most important part.
We'll see. The Spire is now done. Let's see how many Mutalisks are going to come out, if any.
I mean,
I'm a little worried, mate, because Bioice does not have much gas, really.
Yeah.
Maybe the Spire was just like a precaution in case PureLegacy went for Battle Cruisers again. And nice run by with these roaches, mate, while the main army was busy doing other stuff. These roaches went and came down, destroyed all the defensive tanks that were here, and now workers are starting to fall like nothing. Like
my
flies.
god. And mate, like Bioice, he is done droning. He is making nothing but roaches right now, just routing them across the map. Boys are forced to be pulled, and now it's just SCVs versus Cyclones and Hellions versus roaches.
Yeah, because mate, only 2 cycles. There's nothing much to defend here. The door is open. The roaches managed to get in, and mate, and now, oh my god, PureLegacy in such trouble. 30 SCVs went down.
Oh
and
my
now finally,
God.
finally, the Mutalics are on the way.
Yeah, the mutas. It's the 1-2 punch. First you get in with the roaches, and then you come in with the mutas. And to be fair, there are a couple of cyclones. What's important is that earlier the cyclones were focused down by the roaches. So the cyclone count, it's never allowed to get to a critical mass. And now the roaches are going to be able to pick off a couple more, and the mutas still haven't been scouted.
I love the splitting of the roaches. Half of them of the army, the other half go to pick up FCDs, and mate, the amount of damage that Bioice is getting with is incredible.
Exactly. And if we quickly take a look at the rest of the bases, again, no missile turrets, nothing at all. There's no Thors, only a couple of cyclones at the third base. Like PureLegacy, he never saw the Spire. He has no idea.
Yep, I'm afraid, like, that we are less than 5 minutes away from ending this series.
Oh no, 100%. Unless PureLegacy, okay, he's moving out. This is important, right? If he moves out and if he finds these mutas, then he can start the missile turrets. He scans.
Oh, he sees. He scans. I believe he saw it barely on the on the end of his vision, but mate, there's only 4 cycles. That is not enough. GG, mate. Bioice takes the series 2-0.
GG, well played. We talked about it. Sometimes mutas can just end the game. Wow.